What is up, guys, and welcome to another Marvel Rivals What If episode, where we look into possible characters that could get added to the game and what their kits could be if they were. Today's episode is on the shape-shifting master that is Mystique. First appearing in Marvel Preview Issue 5 as Sherlock Holmes in January 1976, and then as Mystique in Issue 16 of Miss Marvel in January 1978. Little is known for certain about Mystique's early life. Her shape-shifting powers grant her lifespan far beyond that of a normal human. It is known that her powers first manifested when she was 12 years old, and that she had to fight just to survive. Typically portrayed as a foe of the X-Men, Mystique has been both a supervillain and an anti-heroine, founding her own Brotherhood of Mutants and assassinating several important people involved in mutant affairs. Stated to be over 100 years old, she commonly lives under the assumed name Raven Darkholme. As usual, we move on to Mystique's in-comic powers and abilities, which are: she is a metamorph who can change her body to adapt to her situations, she has enhanced physical attributes, accelerated healing, toxin and disease resistance, decelerated aging, psychic defense, and enhanced memory, and she was also a master martial artist, an expert marksman, multilingual, and an expert covert operative. Looking into what Mystique's in-game powers and abilities could be, this was a hard one, as while her powers are awesome, they don't play well with Marvel Rivals and how she could play within the game, but I did give it a go, starting us off with her role. I'd personally say that she would be a duelist, as within the comics she's very much an assassin, so being able to take down enemies is going to be her main focus. Her passive would be Covert Sprint, which will allow her to change into an enemy player when sprinting with near enough silent steps, which would have a two-sided aspect to the ability, as it would be good as she'd be able to sneak into the backline. However, the enemy team would be able to tell the difference between their teammates if their teammate has completely silent steps compared to the normal herd steps in game. Her primary attack would be Twin Shooter, which would allow her to use twin pistols that have two different ammunitions, switching between rapid fire bullets and a single shot tranq dart that would stun, similar to Mantis' sleep ability. Mystique's secondary ability would be Meat Shield, which would allow her to run up behind an enemy player and use them as a meat shield while being able to shoot with one of her pistols. This would also mean that the enemy player grabbed would also take friendly fire damage if they were to be tried and shot. This would only last 4 seconds or until she is shot at to get her off of the enemy player. I feel like due to her being a shapeshifter, a clever ultimate for her would be Double Agent, allowing her to shapeshift into an enemy player for a short amount of time, have a weaker version of the person's powers that she shifted into, but also take no damage from the enemy team, but she can take damage from her own team. It's a high risk, high reward if she can survive being not shot by her own team, but get into the backline and kill off healers or low health characters. Finally, her team up would probably be best with Psylocke, and it would allow Mystique to go completely invisible when she uses her Covert Sprint, instead of changing into an enemy team player. And that was what if they added Mystique to the roster of characters in Marvel Rivals. What do you think of her kit? It was quite a challenge, but I feel like I fleshed it out enough to be able to be a viable kit and usable. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and who I should do next on a What If episode. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you drop it a like, and if you want to see more like this, please consider dropping me a subscribe. Other than that, thank you for watching.